Hey guys, how's it going? It is such a nice morning out, and I'm really excited to be in the garden. It's gonna be a hot day, but the morning has been really nice and cool. I just kind of like sat there, drank my morning little drink that I had. I've been drinking these Yerba Mate, Yerba Mate, whatever they're called drinks now. I've been drinking them for a couple years, and they just did like a rebrand on their names, but they're like a better alternative than Red Bulls. I still occasionally drink the Red Bull, but these drinks, I guess they're like more organic. They're better for you. Helps me wake up with a little bit of caffeine in the morning on days that I don't want to make coffee. And it was nice to just sit. And this morning, there were these birds that were just going absolutely crazy. So it was really fun to just listen to them this morning. The birds have been just insane around our garden this year. It's been so much fun. Anyways, off on a little tangent there. Anyways, I would like to get a little bit of things done in the garden today. A little bit of things done? That didn't sound right. I would like to get some things done in the garden today. I've got my handy dandy pruners. Some things need to be cut back and taken care of. I got some salvia that I would like to get taken care of. It's in sun right now, but it's fine because it's morning sun. And if I don't get it done now, it's going to be too hot to get it done in the middle of the day. And then I've got some plants that I desperately still need to get into the garden. And then I just bought some umbrellas for the garden. And so I would like to pop up umbrellas on a couple things that desperately need it. So let me show you the salvia and we'll start with that. Somebody is mad that I am over here. You're so tiny and so angry. Anywho, I need to put some like Sluggo down here. I think I've got pincher bugs or slugs in there, and I don't want them to destroy my Helen von Stein lamb's ear. It's normally not this silver. It's got some dew on it from this morning. So I want to cut this little bloom spike back, and then I need to come here. I want to cut off the blooms from the Dusty Miller, keep that in check. And then my salvia, I am so late to getting this cut back. So I got to do that. Can you guys believe the snow on the mountain euphorbia? Isn't that stunning? But I've got a bunch of salvia back there that desperately need to be taken back, quite a bit actually. And when I do that, I would also like to cut back the fox gloves that I had back there. We'll start with some garden maintenance, and then we'll see how long I last, how long that takes, because if it takes too long, then it's gonna get hot out here, and I don't wanna be out here when it's too hot. So then we'll come back this evening. Oh my gosh. This dahlia, this is the only one that I thought was like doing okay. I've been coming out every single night, and I've been spraying dahlia, I've been spraying magnolia with lots of water. Actually, I've been spraying it 2 or 3 times a day to try to like just to try to keep the spider mites off. They've been so like deadly this year. But look at, see all the like stippling on the leaves, and see the webbing right there? That's all spider mites. Okay, well, this is coming out today. So this is the other thing, is these dahlias are coming out. I'm so frustrated with spider mites this year. The spider mites have just been so bad. They're just taking out absolutely everything. Look at that view. Makes me smile. Anyways, spider mites, yeah, they've just been an absolute menace this year. It's been really, really frustrating and actually quite devastating. I feel really kind of like beat up over it. So whatever. I can't do anything about it. The only thing I can do is take these dahlias out. But I will do that after I get my salvia cleaned up, because I really want to get the salvia all cleaned up and the Dusty Miller cleaned up, so that way things just look a little bit fresh. All right, the salvia is cleaned up and so are the foxgloves. I still have a couple that are blooming, which is really nice. And it's already so warm working in the sun, even though it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's fine, I guess. Anyways, salvia is cleaned up. And of course I noticed more spider mites because they're absolutely everywhere this year. So I will be spraying that this evening for spider mites so I don't let those continue to take over. Frustrating. I'm also having to be extra careful in my garden beds right now because the orb weavers are back, which I love having the orb weavers in the garden. They're a great beneficial spider to have in the garden. Well, I don't love spiders. Orb weavers do a really, really great job at taking care of some things that I don't want in the garden, and they're so docile, but I also don't want to walk into one of their webs. Now we'll go ahead and we will move on to the Dusty Miller and then just grabbing this quick little bloom spike and that one. And then I'm gonna go see if I actually even have any more of the Slug stuff that we've been using. And if we do, then I will sprinkle it in there. If not, I will order some more from Amazon. Dusty Miller is cleaned up. This is all cleaned up now. And then I also came in and I had a heuchera down there that I did clean that up too. So it feels good to get that cleaned up. And then here I just went in with some, I bought the one by Safer just because it was the cheapest. And so it's like a slug and bug killer. So it kills like slugs, pincher bugs, and snails. And I think this actually might be pincher bug damage. So just sprinkled some of that in there and then that should take care of that issue. Last year, pincher bugs and I think it might have been slugs totally took out my Dusty Miller and it was actually really upsetting. So mid-season it just looked absolutely awful. So it rebounds, which is nice. During the winter it always looks absolutely terrible. It kind of like dies back almost and then it reflushes, but we have a clean out drain right here and so we want to keep that hidden. I don't really want to stare at that, so I like the low growing look of the lamb's ear because it covers it and it doesn't have a deep root system or anything like that, so we don't ever have to worry about it ruining any pipes or anything. And I've been out here for about an hour now. It's a little after 9, and so I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna be able to last out here because it's gonna be a hot one today. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes, cool down, and then we will go ahead and do a little bit of gardening. I would like to at least get one thing planted, and then I'll show you guys the umbrellas that I purchased. I bought like a bulk pack of umbrellas, so that way as I'm planting things in the summertime, they can get a little bit of reprieve. So planting is gonna be pretty quick today. I have 4 plants, 2 different varieties, and they're in small cans, which makes it so much easier. I'm really so grateful that these are in small cans and not the big ones. So I have right here, I have the Jeweled Pink Pearls penstemon. And I don't know if I love penstemon. Like, they're okay. The foliar growth doesn't do anything for me. And then the blooms, I had a couple that bloomed in the backyard and they didn't like wow me. And honestly, the only reason that I grew penstemon was because I continued for years to get penstemon and pennisetum confused with each other. One is a grass, one is a flower. They're totally different, but I could never remember which one was which. And I think it was because I had never grown penstemon before. So I got penstemon confused with pennisetum, and I would interchange their names regularly. Then you guys told me penstemon, stem of a flower, pennisetum, seed like grass head. And so now I can fully remember it. I still get them confused, and I have to say that saying now to remember it. But like the foliar growth doesn't really do a whole lot for me. The blooms didn't do a whole lot for me. It says that they're like hummingbird attractants, like hummingbirds love them. I didn't see that. maybe because we have so many other things that hummingbirds love, this wasn't like their top pick when it was blooming. And these say long blooming life, but I noticed blooms for just a couple of weeks. So that didn't feel very long to me. Anyways, full sun lover, growing zones 4 through 8. And I'm just still going to put it in my garden. And then the last one, I had 3. Now I have 1. The 2 other ones that I had died in their can. So that was super cool. This is one that I'm super excited to try in my garden. I guess it's related to baby's breath, as a lot of you guys had told me when I had first gotten it. It's called Festival Star Glassophilia, 18 inches tall, 12 inches wide, full sun lover. It says that it's also good for, it says that it's great for in containers, and you can also use it as a dried or a cut flower. So that's cool. Growing zones 3 through 9 and full sun. 18 inches tall, 16 to 24 inches wide. Another thing that I would like to do is cut back the salvia in this window box. It's a little crazy right now. So I might do that. I just want to give it like a light shear back. This is the Rockin' the Blues salvia, and it's really fun because it's blooming right now, and it blooms kind of non-stop, but it doesn't do a big, huge show for us because it is in a window box. Also, look at how like pathetic these bubblegum petunias look this year. This fall, I'm gonna take everything out and do a full refresh on these containers. These are all wintered over from last fall, and so I do want to cut these back, but we sit in this room all the time. This is where we edit videos at, and we see hummingbirds coming to the window all the time to like drink from the salvia. And so I don't want to cut it back, but it desperately needs like a slight shear back, because it is like, I mean, you can't even tell on this side, but of course this side looks good. Let me show you. Look, there it is. It's pulling away from the window. So it's like really starting to go into, like, it's impeding into the walkway a little bit. So it does need to either be like pulled back or cut back. You know, let's just try pulling it back. What is that back there? Are those salvia leaves? Those look weird. Okay. I think what I'll do is I will put a piece of twine from the window, like the trim, tie it up to it, and then I'll try pulling it back. And then I might just give it a quick little shear. Let's do that really quickly. That is better. I can walk through there. I cleaned off the dead blooms. I really didn't want to cut too much off because there were so many new blooms coming. See that? And like these ones just looked so good, and the hummingbirds have really been enjoying this plant. I did notice something that I hadn't noticed before. We are dealing with scale. So that's really fun, and it's pretty bad. So all those dots right there, that's all scale. I've only ever dealt with scale one other time before. I have a couple options to treat it. You can either spray something, or I can come through and I can crush all of these bugs. So they're like a hard-shelled insect. That one was dead already, but this one I already crushed. That one right there. So they're pretty gross. They're hard-shell bugs. It's all up, all over the salvia. And it basically sucks out the sap of the salvia or whatever plant they're on, and it will kill it. It is on both of these salvia right here. So two ways you can treat it: spraying it or crushing the bugs. I'm not going to spray it just because the hummingbirds are all over it. And the other time that I dealt with it was on my hopseed tree that I have, or hopseed bush that we have. And it was a really, really big one. And I came through and I just like I used my fingernail and I just went up the bark and I just killed all of them. That'll probably end up snapping the stems off of these salvia if I do that. And honestly, we only have a couple months left. So I'm gonna try to like kill some of them on there. I'm not gonna go crazy and get all of them off of it. And so if they end up killing the salvia, it's fine. I was gonna tear out this whole window box and do a fall window box anyways this fall time. And so I think that we're just gonna kind of let nature take its course on these guys, and I will try to, you know, keep them alive as long as possible just by going through with my fingernail and getting everything off. So now let's go to the backyard and go get all of those plants planted. 4 of them. So I thought the penstemon would be really pretty in this little pocket that I've got open right here. So I'm gonna tuck all 3 of them in into this section. I think that'll be nice. They're not super tall growing, and I do want them to, I want plants to spill over the edge. See how that salvia is kind of spilling over a little bit? That is what I want for this area. So I'm gonna plant these pretty close. If I plant things at the edge of the bed, it'll break up this super straight line that we have right here. And I really do want this straight line broken up a little bit. So if I can get plants to spill over the edge, that'll make me happy. And then this little baby's breath, I wanna plant right here at the edge of this bed to kind of spill over and be surrounded by the coneflowers that I've got right there. I think that that'll be really pretty also. I was telling you guys how this is the time of year when I have to start watching out for spiders in the garden because the orb weavers, they have shown up. And it's really funny because they show up and they're so teeny tiny right now, little tiny guys, but soon they're gonna get absolutely massive. The issue with the orb weavers is that they take over in the garden and they get quite large, and their webs show up in the most inconvenient places. Last year it was absolutely terrifying. We had our back door, we had it closed at nighttime, and then we came out in the morning. Brent came out the back door and there was a web, and they make their webs overnight and they make them very quickly and they're very fast, and he just walked straight into a web. And so when we know it's orb weaver season, we know that we have to be cautious about where we walk. This is a jumping worm. See how it's a little more gray, very iridescent. Watch. See that? The way it squirms and moves so much, and the fact that it's iridescent and gray makes it a jumping worm. So this is killing my soil, so it has to go. Well, while having a garden full of umbrellas is not the most attractive thing in the world, it is going to make it so those plants can actually survive. So I wanted to make sure that I bought white umbrellas so that they reflect the sun rays rather than black ones that will absorb all the sun rays and make it just cook underneath the umbrella. So I got a huge pack of umbrellas. I think it was like 10 umbrellas for like $60 or something like that. And so I plan to just use them anytime I plant when we have hot days like right now. And so these guys will get protection from midday sun and they'll still be able to photosynthesize, and this will make it so I can acclimate them to the rays better rather than just sticking them in full sun. But I think the baby's breath one right there is going to be beautiful, and then the 3 right there, I'm hoping that they're really pretty, and I'm hoping that they are happy in that spot and they perform better than where I've got them in another spot in my garden. Every time I dig in this bed right here, I notice jumping worms. I found 2 this time just digging in one hole, so we will keep an eye on that. Anytime I find them, I just destroy them. They destroy the soil, which is really bad, and makes it so that native worms and earthworms and things like that can't compete and they can't keep up. So they're really bad for the soil. They need to be taken care of, and unfortunately there's no major remedy to get rid of them. Anyways, I'm very happy with that, and I'm gonna go inside because it is hot out here. My skin feels like it's sizzling in a frying pan. So that was a really productive day. I feel like I did accomplish a good amount in the garden that I wanted to accomplish, and a couple other things. I got the salvia tied up, found out that I have a problem on that. I can handle that now, which is good. Got the things planted, got some things cleaned up, got the salvia tackled. That was very important. I love salvia in my garden. It's one of my absolute favorites because hummingbirds and butterflies are always all over it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for coming along with me. If you haven't had a chance to, make sure you hit that subscribe button to this channel and to our new channel where all of our Q&As and behind the scenes sneak peeks are happening. I will link the new channel in the description down below. Thanks for visiting, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.